Hello class, today we're going to be doing 10.3. This stuff is for you guys to read and look at right here, talking about chords and arcs. So now let's take a look at example 1. So for example 1, we need to realize that if these two arcs are congruent, which we can clearly see, that means that the chords are going to also be congruent. So in saying that, we know that these two chords are congruent. And from there, that means that we just set them equal to each other. And then we get (3x plus 12), divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 4. But notice that it's asking for RS, which is this right here. So what we then would do is put RS equals 5x minus 9, then plug it in. RS equals 5 times 4 minus 9. RS equals 11. And that would be the answer. Okay, once again, this is for you guys to read. Super important to understand how that works. Now let's take a look at example 2. With example 2, it looks confusing at first, but once you start working on it and understand the properties, it's much easier. So we know that GE, which is the radius, that equals 7. We also know that go orange, GH equals 1. So in saying all of that, we know that EH, we'll go pink, is going to equal 6 then. Okay, so since we know that, I'm just going to put it up here too. We need to find arc DE and then DE, the side. So let's look at the arc first. We are given this information right here. Since we could see that it cuts it right into a 90-degree angle, we have to understand that this angle is cut in half. So that these two sides are congruent. The only way it could do that is if we take 1/2 of the measure of arc DEF, and that's going to equal arc DE. We plug it in, 150, and we get arc DE equals 75 degrees. Okay, and then for the chord, That's going to be, I'm going to actually use a different color, purple. Purple's too close to pink. I will use blue. So we're looking for this right here. Okay, one way we can do that is by using the Pythagorean theorem, because we know that this is 5, this side is 5, and this side is 6. So the hypotenuse, which is DE squared, equals 6 squared plus 5 squared. DE squared equals 36 plus 25. DE squared equals 61. Take the square root of both sides, and you get chord DE equals around 7.81. Okay, like I said, at first it looks a little confusing, but once you understand the properties, it's so much easier. Okay, so let's take a look at example number 3. Now, since we know this information right here, and the fact that it's 22, we have to understand that these two are congruent, which I've already marked, which makes it pretty easy. All we have to do is set them equal to each other. 5x equals 3x plus 4. Subtract 3x from both sides, and you're left with 2x equals 4. Isolate the variable. X is going to equal 2. Now, we are not finished though. Notice it says to find AB. So, this is AB right here. So we simply have to plug in 2 for the variable, and we get 10. And that would be our final answer. Alright, and then last but not least, example number 4. Okay, in circle H, PQ equals 3x minus 4, and RS equals 14. Find x. So I'm using the same colors right here to indicate the measurements. And as we could see, PQ and RS, they're actually going to be congruent. They're going to be the same because we know that this right here is coming from the center, and if it hits these two chords at the same spot to make a 90-degree angle, that means that they're congruent. Okay, in saying that, it becomes very easy. We just set 3x minus 4 equal to 14. And like I said, I'm using the same colors because then it's easier for you guys to see where I'm getting these numbers from. So then it's just a simple equation. You get 3x equals 18. Isolate the variable. X equals 6. Alright, and that's all I have for today. Like I said, just really take your time looking at these examples. Take advantage of the color coding that I've done. And if you have any questions, please just let me know. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay healthy.